This is going to be a video about, video game surprises, right? So video game surprises. Once in a while, I'll, based on the recent games that I picked up, there's going to be some games that, surprised me. Other games that I didn't do as well as, I expected, right? So, and I keep in mind that this is based on my opinion and how much fun it is, right? So, some of these type of videos might be controversial, but yeah, a video game this is going to be video game surprises. And like, share, subscribe. I share the video all over. And check out my second channel, Sweet Chili Heat 45. It's going to be down in the description. So first off, is going to be Assassin's Creed Origins. So Assassin's Creed Origins, man, this game, mainly because I'm not really into Assassin's Creed games, right? I'm going back from AC1, AC2, AC3. Like, I wasn't really big on them, but this one is very fun. This one, is pretty fun. I like the culture and the ancient Egyptian, significance it has to it. It's like 2,000 years ago. So it's like 2,000 years ago, and then it's the origins of the assassins, I believe. And yeah, a very, grounded, a grounded story. And, I like the again, the culture. It's very much about, historical significance, right? The history of a certain, civilization. You get to see, certain areas, different areas I get to travel to, fast travel to, etc. But Assassin's Creed Origins, and there's tons of loot, customization, unlockables, etc. Right beside is going to be Medal of Honor Vanguard. It reminds me of Call of Duty Vanguard, but it's not quite. But Medal of Honor Vanguard, it being, that, World War II type game, right? So, and like for me, like, I am not really into, the, shooters, right? But for a Medal of Honor, a Vanguard, right? This was a very, like a very fun experience so far, right? And it's very fast paced, and it's gonna be this game is gonna really challenge you. It's gonna really challenge you, but a Vanguard, with it being those early EA games, I'm not sure what happened to Medal of Honor franchise. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, it's very suspenseful type of shooter. It's you gotta really pay attention to your surroundings. And back in the PS2 days, the visual graphics, like visually, they weren't the most appealing. And some games are very dark. They're very dark, so you can't see. But yeah, this game definitely very fun. Another one, is Grip Shift. Grip Shift, which I never heard of before. It's an arcade type racer. It's an arcade racer that came out, for the PSP, and it's like an arcade racer platformer. And this game is gonna really challenge you. And I was not really expecting to like this game, because again, with some of the PSP games, they have the fixed camera, and sometimes it's hard to, navigate, the character, move around. But this game, like, is very fun. It plays very much like a mobile game, like a mobile racer, like a very good mobile racer. But yeah, this is very fun, and it goes, a level to level type thing. So level 1, level 2, and there's a easy, intermediate, a beginner, easy, intermediate, medium, hard, etc. Right? And you need a certain token, a requirement to unlock the next area, right? So yeah, Grip Shift is very, has a special experience, and it's gonna challenge you. This is very difficult. It's really gonna challenge you. Well, yeah, Grip Shift. Another one is Prince of Persia: Warrior Within, right? So this one, with the melee, Prince of Persia, I knew nothing about before. I knew nothing about, but Prince of Persia, I'm assuming, playing it for the first time, it reminded me of the early God of War games. So the early God of War games, I'm pretty sure you guys know, but God of War, the early ones were like a hack and slash type game, and this one takes on that too as well. It takes on that, but there's a platformer. There's lots of platforming, and the platforming kind of got annoying at times. But what really impressed me was the fighting. The fighting mechanics were very good. It's very well done, and Warrior Within, like, is very, as one of those games where you have to be very patient with it. You got to be very patient with it, right? As a platforming, sometimes the controls, and with it being a PS2 games, the controls might be hard to get used to. Or if you play it like on a PS2 emulator, right, that might be, but depending. Prince of Persia: Warrior Within, I tell you, it's really something. It's really one of those games. It's, well, for me, it goes up and down, up and down. Sometimes it's not clear where you have to go, but this is a very fun experience. And the last game, is Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2, And I'm not really into the stealth, genre. But a Dishonored 2 limited edition, right? This is very fun. This game was really, really, really fun. Um, you know, the first person, obviously, there's this whole conspiracy, and then there's it's kind of like a 18th century king and queen type thing. And 18th century, I believe, it's France or England, right? And Dishonored 2, similar to Dishonored 1, it takes place, I believe it's like 20 years after it, and then there's another conspiracy. But Dishonored 2 is really something. It's very fun. It's really fun, and from again, it's gonna. And most of these games are gonna challenge you, but it's really challenging. It's very engaging, right? And it is a very brutal. This game is a very brutal. It's gonna really lots of you know messed up stuff. But Dishonored 2, I tell you, it's a very fun game. A very fun game. Tons of replayability, and lots of going backtracking and finding the objectives and the secret items. There's conspiracies, then there's assassinations, all that, are like in this game. But yeah, so video game as surprises, I believe it's like part 2, So like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below what you think. Thanks for watching.